if I have it correctly, looking at my show notes here, so are you a virgin?
I am, yes.
Oh. Make that face again. Make that face again. That's the face she made. She's shocked. The
First time she's ever met a real virgin.
the trans virgin. And you're 35, correct?
I am 35.
Okay, so you're 5 years away from
Being 40.
being cast in the female version of the 40-year-old virgin.
Yes.
So is it for religious reasons or?
Well, I think it's more because I just haven't found the right person I'm comfortable with. I do want to be with somebody that I'm about to be married with, but it doesn't have to be in a marriage. Just somebody I feel that I can see myself marrying.
Okay. So you're not opposed to having premarital sex, but you'd want it to be the person that you foresee, like strong likelihood of this being like the person that you will marry.
Correct, yes.
Okay. And like, do you have a sense of, is there, like, you want to wait a year, or is it just kind of wait and see how you feel with this new guy? Or
more of like wait and see how I feel. I want to feel safe. I want to feel comfortable, that I trust him, and that we're in a good space.
Okay. So you are a virgin, but you're not waiting until marriage. But if I do have this correct, the reason you are waiting, or you are a virgin for like kind of religious reasons, kind of, or because you're Christian, right?
I am Christian.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I know. I really don't know how to answer that question honestly, but it was initially because I wanted to wait until marriage, but reality dating and whatnot has kind
impacted
of
that.
Yeah, in a
It
sense.
does make sense though. You're a virgin, so initially those convictions were because of the religious aspect,
Okay.
but now you're feeling like it doesn't necessarily have to be until you get married per se.
Right.
If you found somebody who, makes
It
sense.
needs to be at least close enough to marriage because I do want to save myself for that person. I'm giving a gift to him, and I want him to respect that.
Makes sense. Is it quite jarring when you go, like for the guy, when you go on a date with someone and you tell them that, if you do tell them that on a date?
Yeah. There's been some interesting experiences where I've told somebody.
Do you find that it's a positive reaction?
No.
Oh, really?
No. It's been very negative, yes.
I'm surprised by that.
I know. I've had multiple arguments with guys about this, actually.
What, they just like, I wish you had have been
One
fucked
told
by
me I
someone
was-
else before. I wish someone else would have fucked my wife.
Someone was saying I put sex as a standard. Like, I put it on a pedestal. And I was like, I don't see it that way at all. I honestly, not that at all. The complete opposite. I put communication and values above that. And then afterwards, possibly sex compatibility. But I when I was arguing with this guy, he says, well, you're putting it on a pedestal and you're admiring sex more than that.
That's where it should be.
So you said the longest period of time, though, that you've dated a guy is 1 month. How long ago was that?
That was 2 years ago.
And when you say you dated him for 1 month, like how many actual
Dates?
times did
We
you
went
meet
on
with
5
him?
dates over the
Five-
course of
5
a
dates.
month. Yeah.
Was he also a Christian?
No, he was not.
Would you, are you wanting to date a man who's a virgin, or that you don't really care?
No, I don't. That doesn't matter to me. No,
Okay.
I just want him to respect
Would
my
you date
wishes.
an atheist?
I have dated an atheist, or have been on dates with an
Do you
atheist.
think
yes.
could you see yourself with an atheist?
No, not really. I think it would lead to too many arguments, and I value my relationship with God more than actually being in a relationship.
But you said the longest consecutive period of time you've dated somebody was 1 month, and that person was an atheist, correct?
No, he was not.
Oh,
an
he was
atheist.
not an atheist.
No,
Okay.
he was agnostic.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not too far away from each other, but, I mean, why bother if, I mean, it seems like you have pretty set values in terms of what you're looking for. I mean, why waste your time? I mean, the longest period of time that you have dated somebody was an agnostic. I mean, I'm just a little confused there.
No, wait, repeat the question, Brian.
Well, Are you on any dating apps at all?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever been?
Yes, I have. I do not like the dating apps at all.
Yeah. Well, so you're 35, right?
Yeah.
And I guess to be 35 and to have never even had a long-term relationship, I'm curious as to why. Are men not approaching you? Are men not interested? Is it could it potentially be perhaps your standards are unreasonable? What's your assessment of your situation?
I think there's a lot that goes into it for me. It's just not one particular answer. I know I need to work on things myself. I know there's things that I have done wrong that probably have led me to being in this stage.
What
I
are
will
those?
admit to that. More so not putting myself out there, not going out and to bars or whatever to meet people. I mean, I've seen a man and I have not approached them when I should have. I could have put myself in a good situation where I could have met someone that way. I think standards too. I don't know the difference though between standards and being shallow. That's the thing I struggle with because I don't know if my standards are too high or am I shallow. So
Sure.
I always come.
Well, what are those? Why don't we get into that? What are those?
The standards?
Yeah. I mean, is that your own self-assessment of yourself
That is, yeah. I mean,
that you have high standards, or that you're shallow, or both, or you're unsure?
People tell me I'm shallow, and I always question that. I was like, why am I shallow if I have these certain standards? But I feel like these two are interchanged between having high standards and being shallow. And like, which one is it?
What are the standards?
Yeah, what are the
I'm
standards?
What are the key standards?
My standards is at least they need to be open to the relationship with God. I do not like the idea of them having multiple body counts with women. Of strong family values.
So you expect a man who is how old?
The youngest I would date somebody is probably 30.
Yeah. When you say body count, do you mean like
Oh.
how high?
Oh,
Because by the time if a guy's single and 30
right,
and like
right.
single hasn't been divorced or whatever, then he's probably going to rack up a bit of a notch count. And that's a deal breaker.
if he has a high body count, absolutely, because I just don't think he's valuing relationships.
What about
like
if he has a high body count but he's come to faith later in life?
That would be different. Then I would definitely.
What's the
What is a
cutoff?
high body
What's the
count?
cutoff for body count
Yeah.
for a guy?
Oh man, I haven't really thought about that, but.
But I'm a little. I mean, I would like to perhaps get a little further in here, because you said people have accused you, or perhaps your own self-assessment, is that your standards are too high, or that you're shallow. But you kind of have prefaced, and I don't know if you got there yet. You've said that you want them to have a relationship with God and have good family values and not be promiscuous. It's not clear to me if any of those so far are shallow. So can you state the standards you have which you consider to be shallow?
Okay. I like them to be a little taller than me. I'm 5'4".
Okay, you're
so anybody
5'4".
taller than 5'4" for me is great.
Okay, so what minimum height for the guy?
5'6".
I think that's pretty
for sure.
pretty
That's
fair.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
pretty reasonable. What else?
I don't want a gym bro. I do want somebody that is kind of
Fluffy?
Active.
Yeah, or dad bod.
Oh.
Dad bod. I like the dad bod look, but not overweight. I do like them to have a clean look, as much as like not a big beard or long hair.
Okay, we're getting into the weeds now.
Wait, okay, so we'll say clean cut. You don't want, what if he's just like physically fit? I'm sure you're fine with that, right?
That's fine.
When you say gym bro, you don't want someone who's too self-obsessed, is what you're saying.
Right, their life is not the gym.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Anything else?
Well, I wish I could show you, like on the dating apps, what I've shown my girlfriends when I'm swiping. And
Are your
that's where-
girlfriends religious? Sounds like
No.
they're atheists. Yeah.
No, they're
Wait,
not religious.
continue with your point. Show us on the dating apps what?
When I've been on the dating apps and I've shown my friends the guys I've been preferencing, it's always constantly I'm just swiping left, and they're like, "Well, what about this guy? What about this guy?" And I'm like,
that's
"Well,
interesting.
yeah."
That would actually be a really interesting segment on the show where we like pull up just a blank dating app and like we have the girls, okay, you're gonna swipe through 20 guys and we're gonna see
How you choose.
like just based on looks. That's
That would be
actually
so fun.
that'd be
That would be a
and
good
like
idea.
okay,
Do it
now.
which guy do you
Yeah.
just based on like looks or whatever their
Well, I think
profile.
it would help guys choose.
That's actually really yeah.
Somebody,
I honestly
Yo,
think-
somebody's gonna jack that one. Hold on. Wait. How do I write this down? Hold on.
yeah, Nick's got
Wait. Like dating app swiping on dudes.
I honestly think it would be
Women's viewpoint on
super.
men's dating apps is a good way to
It would be
put
super
down.
beneficial, I think, for the men too, to see
yeah.
what women are looking for. Because I've always thought, like, oh, if I had my own business, I would definitely like help men on their dating apps to show them, like, okay, here's what you need to do.
Same
This is
idea.
what you
Oh, yeah.
look. Yeah.
I feel like dating apps can be pretty useless for a man, though. To
They're
be honest,
rough.
the
They are.
standards on a dating app compared to real life are just so warped. Girls are so picky. They did some studies showing what girls are looking for and what guys are looking for, and the women got a list of about 300 things. It was a big cross section, and the guys had 3 things. They wanted to be sweet, they wanted to be kind, they wanted to be attractive,
Yep.
and the women had a list of about 300.
I don't not have a list of
Oh, yeah.
300. No.
Yeah.
Because guys just go on there for sex. Girls go on there to find their husband, which they're
You
not.
don't think
That's
girls?
not true.
You don't think
That's
girls
not
go
Yeah,
on
there's some
dating?
girls on
Sorry,
there.
guys.
There's some strumpets.
You could criticize guys for the way that they go on dating apps to just have sex, but most girls just go on there just for attention,
That is also
just for
true.
a bit of
Yeah.
dopamine. They'll just
That's true.
they'll just
Also-
swipe and see.
But
Oh, he
they're-
likes me. He likes me. He likes me. He likes me.
Yeah. Also, for a lot of men, you can say that they just want a peaceful girl. They have less criteria for what they're looking for. So they're more open to what the physical body image is or what her work, profession is. They don't care as much as women have a stance on. For
No, I have a
men.
lot of guy friends, and they show me their dating apps. Like, oh, she's fat. Nope. Oh, nope. That's what
But-
they think.
Bro, you're on
There's a
yachts in
very-
Miami.
Yeah, that's different.
You're like your social circle
Yeah.
is so warped. No offense.
And the data is very clear on this. They've done lots of studies on dating apps, and they show how much men are swiping right compared to women.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
it's
believe
so
that.
warped. It's
because
ridiculously
men
warped.
want to have sex with anything.
But I mean, if you're criticizing men, you then have to level the same
Yeah,
criticism at
well,
women.
For
women
women,
think that they're gonna find their Prince Charming on there.
So you
when
think
the
that women are
reality is
there
they're
in like a
not.
little fluttery dress, like, oh, I'm going to find my Prince Charming?
Yeah,
Do you think
they're-
that that's what they're
they're-
doing on dating apps?
Yes, they're
Very
basically
benevolent?
going on there like, I want to find my husband. I'm gonna get married. Oh my gosh, I want somebody to come save me
On
from this.
Tinder?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what my
okay.
friends
So you think they're
They're
sitting
like,
there in their bedroom, little damsel in distress, just waiting
yeah,
for
they're
their
like,
Prince
oh
Charming?
my gosh, someone come save me. I don't want to work anymore. Someone.
Or are they dating like 5 guys at the same time?
They should be if that's what they want.